Hi, in this video I'd like to talk to you about life patterns, because what this workshop is about shifting not only the patterns that we have in life that we don't like, it's also about shifting control. Because if you've not done any training yet, it's quite possible that you find yourself feeling that you're out of control of your behavior sometimes. If you've ever been upset and then done something and then afterwards, tell yourself, oh, I'll never do that again. That's something my parents did. We've all done that. You do something and you kind of wish you hadn't done it. You tell yourself you never do it again. And then what happens? You get upset again maybe, and then that behavior gets re-triggered and your pattern gets replayed. And then after the fact, you wonder why you did it. And you realize that maybe you went unconscious for some amount of time while your subconscious mind took over and ran through a program. Or you could call it a tendency, a latent tendency, or you could call it conditioning. If you'd like to know what your conditioning is, you just need to consider those aspects of life that you believe are solid and fixed. Aspects of your life that you believe you cannot change, and that's just the way things are. Those all point to your conditioning and your programming. Because as amazing human beings, we all have a capacity to make infinite choice at any moment. But our conditioning, our programming, keeps us going forward on life trajectories that that aren't always optimal, or that we may wish to change. Change, it's not a four-letter word. Change is actually happening all the time, but it can be very difficult if our body wants to keep things the same and unchanging in order to keep us safe. So there's a lot to be unraveled in this workshop, but one thing that I really like unraveling is this idea of conditioning, and not only the conditioning that we have, but also the reasons for having the conditioning. Because we've all have hundreds of patterns, and some of them are conscious. You teach yourself how to ride a bicycle, and you create a program about how to ride a bicycle so you don't have to think about it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But if you have an unconscious program that shuts you down every time you talk to a redhead or something, or every time you go for a job interview you get tongue-tied, that's a good indication that maybe there's a program there that you would like to shift and regain control over. This work, when you regain control over the parts of your body that are run on programs, this returns free will to you, which means it opens up your ability to make new choices. And it also makes it a lot easier to make new choices. The reasons that choices or options get masked from us is that our body is attempting to keep us safe. I mean, that's the purpose for the conditioning. So part of this workshop, you get to prove to yourself that you are safe anyway. And once your body gets that you are safe anyway, it really won't need so many programs. The other thing that happens when you do this work and start clearing your conditioning is that you will clear out old upsets. It's actually the old upsets that help create the conditioning in the first place. So, rather than trying to change a program, we actually look at the cause for the program having been created in the first place. And if you unravel that, the program or conditioning goes away automatically. And, ultimately it's just about being more you again. It's about being fun. It's about having joy in your heart and enjoying being alive again, and increasing your ability to have fun and not take everything so serious all the time. The idea that things are serious and heavy, that is a product of conditioning and upsets and programming. And when you unravel that, the joy comes back automatically. And I would like to live on a joyous planet with a lot of happy people which is why I'm teaching this workshop. So take the workshop. It's online, it's free, you don't have to register, there's no ads, you do it at your own pace. The videos are mostly 5 or 6 minutes long. So you just watch a video, take it in, apply it to your life, and once you get it or see how it works, then you can move on to the next video. And if you stick to it, this workshop, it's 35 to 40 videos. It might take 6 weeks to complete if you really take your time to really get it. And in 6 months, you might find yourself as happy as you were when you were 4 or 5 years old and had absolutely no worries or concerns at all. And that's the fun place to be. That's why I would like to meet you. And if you have any questions, please send me an email. I'd love to answer them and help you get through the program. Thank you.